Hi and welcome to Knitinthecity. I'm Gerrebacka, the city is Malmö, and now I'm back with a UFO episode that I promised in the last episode. And I am racing here to be done with this before I lose the last light of the day. I don't have any artificial light actually, because the sun was shining. I do have a small fairy lights here, but they don't really do much. So what I'm going to do in this episode is I'm going to show you all of my 29 UFOs. Yeah. And I have looked at all of these and I have rated them from 1 to 5, how much I feel like knitting on them, where 1 is the lowest and 5 is the highest. And also from 1 to 5, how much I want the finished object. And based on that, I have made a make 9 from the top 9 and an unmake 9 from the bottom 9. And the unmake 9 I am going to frog. And I will probably frog more than that, but that is what I have to do before the end of the year. And the unmake 9 should not be too difficult. I haven't had a great success with my make 9s in the past because there are so many things. You know that there are so many things out there that you would rather do than what you decided at the beginning of the year. But since these are UFOs and I have a clear goal that when the year is over I will only have 10 left. And I am very committed to this goal, so I'm definitely going to do my best. The UFOs that I have here some of them are quite recent, they're just a couple of months old. Others are years and years old. So if there's something I have forgotten, like what the pattern is called or what the designer is called, I will put it in the frame. And the information will also be in the description box. So I'm just going to go through this. And I hope you want to come along on the ride and just look at the disaster that I have in front of me or around me. I'm literally sitting on a pile of UFOs. So, okay, let's get into it. I'm going to start with some UFOs that are quite recent. This is something that you probably don't know yet. I love knitting socks, and especially during summer, because I don't want like a big pile of wool in my lap when it's warm outside. Nothing strange about that, but I have found that socks are the perfect summer projects. And I know that most people knit socks in the autumn, but as soon as it starts getting cold, I get such an itch to start knitting bigger things like real garments, cardigans, sweaters, and lately skirts as well. So I had a cast on frenzy of socks in August, and when August was over and it was getting colder, many of those socks I haven't touched since. So they have become UFOs. The first one is called Gerrebacka, and this is a Christmas sock. And I had the intention to make a Christmas box of socks with one pair of socks for not all of December, from the 1st of December until Christmas Day. So 25 pairs. And this box of socks currently has 4 pairs of socks. And the designer of this sock is Evelina Roos. And this is the first sock, so I have not come very far. I think I've been working on this for 2 years. I mean, not actively, of course. And the reason that this, and I forgot to tell you, I'm also going to say something about why these things have become UFOs. The reason this is a UFO is that it's a toe-up sock. And I really hate making toe-up socks. I don't like to start them because it's really fiddly. I never know where to start my heel. And it just feels really backwards because I'm used to doing it the other way around. So that's why this hasn't happened yet. The yarn, the red yarn is a Regia yarn, Regia sock yarn, and this came from a collection called Winter Stars, I think. The white yarn is a cheap yarn I bought from not a yarn shop, like somewhere. Not sure, but it is a sock yarn. It is wool and nylon. And the last one is Järbo Junior Raggi. And this is when I come to the end of the sock, there is going to be like a leaf pattern. And that's what the green is for. We're not there yet. But yeah, that's the first sock. The second sock is the Confetti cake sock. And I have finished the first one. The main yarn is Stranded Dye Works sock yarn. And the toe is a Sandnes sock yarn. Not sure exactly which one. And these other ones are like different sock yarns that I had like scraps of. The dark green one I bought with this because it was a sock set. This purple one I don't know. The lighter purple is a Lorna's Laces shepherd sock, I think it's called. This is Järbo Junior Raggi. The blue one is also that. And yeah, that's it. I made the first one. I didn't start the second one. And the next two pairs of socks are from 52 Weeks of Socks. And this is the Vervain. This is such a pretty pattern. It's a leaf, now it's upside down. I'll show you the way it's supposed to be. And I'm not sure you can really see it because the yarn is a bit variegated. I mean, this pattern is kind of annoying to knit because you have to pay attention. The yarn is Emily Knits Merino Silk, I think it's called. So it's not a sock yarn, but I have noticed, because I knit a pair of socks in Regia Silk, which is a sock yarn, but it has silk instead of nylon. And it makes for the most durable socks. It's amazing. I mean, I knit them in like, I don't know, 2008 or something, and I still haven't found a hole. And I wear my socks really hard. I mean, I have sock holes in almost all of my socks. I mean, no, not all of them, because I have a few new pairs that I haven't worn so much, but eventually I get holes. And those ones didn't have them. So, I mean, this is a bit of an experiment. And there have to be like very fancy socks. But I did find that silk is super durable. So, and this I've only knit the first sock and I haven't started the second one. The other pair from 52 Weeks of Socks is the Lotte socks. And these are also knit in Järbo Junior Raggi. And the red yarn is the Moods of Colors soft sock, which is a really nice sock. I'm wearing a pair of, I'm wearing the pair that I took these leftovers from. I can show you. They are quite pilly. But this is, I really love this sock and I have worn it a lot. So it doesn't say much about the yarn because they've been so worn. They're also a bit dirty and there are hair stuck to them. But yeah. That's what the leftover came from. And this pattern here, it's over 4 rows. So you have to repeat this pattern so many times and I'm really sick of it. So that's why this is a UFO. And it's also, you have to wrap the yarn around the stitches, so it's very fiddly also. And this is the first sock, so there you go. The next sock is the bird, and this is a really cool sock. The black yarn is Drops Fable, and the pink, I mean, this is like so fluorescent. I mean, if you look at it in the camera, it's like crazy. It is this crazy. And this is Nutritious sock yarn. And I bought it at the yarn market here in Malmö, like almost 2 years ago, I think. And I mean, all of these socks I stopped knitting because it was no longer summer. But here I also decided that I wouldn't keep doing the hands under the foot. That was a mistake, because as you can see, the pattern, I mean, here it was fine, but here the pattern is like just half. So it was supposed to continue under the foot. So I think I'm gonna rip this part out and just redo it the way it should have been done, because why not? Let's see, I'm sorry about the plastic bags. The next one is my own design. I mean, it's super simple, but I just, this is knit in Knitinthecity, which is a really nice sock yarn. I have a pair that I've knit from this yarn, but I haven't worn them a lot, so I can't tell you how durable this yarn is. I did start the second sock, but this is a very simple pattern, and I guess I wanted a bit more of a challenge, so that's why I left it at this point. And I also planned to make 2 other sizes, and that just seemed like a lot of work, so I left these. The next one is also a summer project, and that is also the reason that I haven't finished it. These are the tan shorts, and I knit a pair for my older daughter, so these are for my younger one, and I can put a picture of the finished pair. This is Sandnes Tynn Line, and it is cotton and viscose and linen. It's a blend. And I have started the second leg, but I got cocky, which happens all the time when I'm knitting. And I was thinking, yeah, because you make decreases for the mid part. So this is the leg. So here you make decreases. And then I was like, yeah, I know how this is done. So I just made it the way I remembered it. And that was obviously wrong, because now they didn't slant the same way as these ones did. So when you sew them together, it's going to look really uneven. So I ripped it out, and then I just lost the joy in this project. And then winter came, because these were quite fun to knit, so I didn't mind them so much. But then autumn came, and then I wanted to knit other things. So, but I will finish these so that she can wear them next summer. So these are going to be finished, definitely. Next project is a really old one. And this is, if you've been along for a while in the knitting world, then you might know the Aeolian by Elizabeth Freeman, I think. I will put it. And this was like so huge in, I don't know, early 2000s, 2008, maybe 6, not sure. And it was like this really complicated, huge lace shawl that everyone wanted to knit. And I have done the first portion, and then the second is like a flower pattern. that I've only just started. I don't know if I made a mistake, because this is so long ago, I can't remember. The yarn is Fleece Artist. I think it's a blue-faced Leicester lace yarn. It's really soft and a little bit fussy. Very nice to the touch. And I mean, when I started this was super complicated. But I have been knitting for about 15 years after that. So, I mean, I should be able to do this. I mean, I don't know how wearable it's going to be, because I mean, I don't know if I want to wear like a big lace shawl, but it could be fun. I mean, I'm thinking on it. The next two are also super old. And I have already started frogging this one. This I had finished, but it's like a super girly t-shirt and like very romantic in style, and that is just not my style at all. So I didn't like the way I looked in this. It had a cinched waist and a bit of a peplum. And I mean, I already started frogging, so I will just continue to do so. And the reason I stopped is there was a snag somewhere, but I'm just gonna cut it. So, and this is Malabrigo worsted, which is a super soft yarn. And it's a nice blue color as well that, yeah, I would totally wear. The other one is also super old, and this is a bell sleeve. And this was also finished. And I mean, I can put pictures of these. And I think the blue one is my mother wearing it in the picture. And this had like a midsection, like across your waist, that had the same pearl thingy. This I think is Debbie Bliss Cashmerino Aran, so it's like fancy yarn that I can totally use for something else. I feel like I'm losing light now because this is not as red as it comes off on camera. And then I have a this is not very nice. This is a Drops cotton linen yarn. It's black. And I mean, this is so wide. It's like incredibly oversized. And I was smaller when I made this, so. It's also super duper short. It barely covers my breasts. This was also knit in pieces. So I have sewn the body here. I think you can see it here. But I mean, this has to be frogged. It looks crazy. Then I have a few other things that I'm not too fond of. This is a sock. I mean, this was a weird thing. This was like an exchange where you had to write about your preferences, and then you were partnered with someone and you were supposed to knit them a sock according to their size and their preferences, and then send the rest of the yarn to them so they could make the other sock. And this is the sock that I got. And I did tell this person that I liked purple, but this is not the purple that I like. And that is totally my fault. But I don't really like this sock, so I never knit the second one. I have the same story with this mitten, which is knit in Drops Eskimo. I don't think they have that yarn anymore. I think it's called Snow now. This is, I don't like this yarn at all. And this mitten is also too small. This green color is a bit crazy. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna frog this, because what would I do with this small amount of crazy green yarn that I don't like? So maybe this will just be recycled. We'll see. Next one, I feel sorry for myself about this. I, a few years ago, started knitting the beautiful Andrea Mowry Birds of a Feather shawl. This is like in a really cute hand-dyed yarn. This is Moods of Colors. Did I lie to you now? No, I don't think it's Moods of Colors. It's Fru Valborg. Yes, it's Fru Valborg. She doesn't dye yarn anymore, so you can't get this yarn anyway. And this is her sock base, and this is her kid silk mohair in the same color. And I mean, this is such a beautiful pattern. It's just so boring to knit. I mean, yeah, it's so boring. And there are so many parts left. So I was like, yeah, I mean, this is lovely yarn. I can just rip it out. And no, you can't. No, you can't. I mean, I have ripped out things where I held a sock yarn together with a mohair yarn. That's fine. You can totally rip that out. But when it's just mohair, oh my God, painful. This is how much I ripped out. And I mean, I was using force to get here. Then I heard someone said you should put the thing in the freezer and then rip. I mean, that didn't help at all. So after I've ripped out like a whole portion of the sock yarn, and this much, it looks very little, but I mean, I worked hard for this much of the mohair. I have come to the point where I realize that this thing cannot be ripped out. So now I have to not only finish the shawl, but also re-knit the parts that I have ripped out. So congratulations, Gerrebacka, well done. Yeah, I'm gonna put that away before I start crying. The next one is not so bad. This is Järbo Christmas mitten. And this is a free pattern on their webpage. And it's their head designer, Maja Karlsson, who made the pattern. And she makes a Christmas mitten pattern every year. And I think this is the 2020 edition. The thing with this one, I mean, I think these only come in Swedish. But since it's free, you can try Google Translate if you feel like this is something you want to make. They're really cute with this Latvian braid. And they are knit in Svensk Ull, which is also from Järbo. And this mitten is very, very short. And I think you might be able to see it here. I did try it on my daughter. It does fit her. But I mean, now she's in a phase where you're only supposed to wear black, white, gray, beige. I mean, these are the only colors that are allowed. Maybe like a soft blue or pink or something like that. But this is too colorful. So I feel like maybe I should just rip it out and do something else with the yarn, because the yarn is lovely. And it is rather thick, so it's not like I've been working on this for a long time. The next one is a half hap shawl that I don't have a pattern for. I saw this shawl and it looked, I mean, I saw shawls like this and it looked pretty simple. And I started knitting this in Istex Einband, an Icelandic lace weight yarn. It looks thicker, but I think it's a lace weight. It's super scratchy, but I don't mind. The thing with this was it was super boring. I'm knitting it on 2.5s. I don't know what, is that a US 1 maybe? Put it here. I mean, I got bored and put this away. Forgot about it, and I sold all of my Einband yarn in a D-stash. So now I don't have yarn to finish this shawl. And I think that it's not going to be impossible like the mohair, but it's going to be quite hard to frog because it is grabby yarn. But yeah, I can't finish it, so there you go. The next one is like a corset-like sweater. I don't know what I was thinking, but this is also a long time ago. This is also Malabrigo worsted, which is super soft and nice. And I like the slight variegation here. This green is kind of crazy. Yeah, I guess I had a thing for crazy green yarn back then. This comes from a book called Romantic Hand Knits by Annie Modesitt. I don't know what this design is called, but I will find out and let you know in the frame somewhere. I have started ripping this out, so I will finish doing that. I mean, now we're coming to some crazy things. Now I have a project that is attached to another project. So this is a wrap style cardigan, and it is made in Debbie Bliss Cashmerino, so fancy yarn. And this is from a book called Fitted Knits, and I will check out what the designer's name is, or the author's name is. And this is too small for me to wear, so I will frog it. This is attached to a scrap yarn sock. Look at this mess. So here I just took scraps and made a 2-2 rib sock. And then I ran out of sock scraps because this was also a long time ago, so I didn't get any further than this. And I mean, now I have lots of scraps, so I could either finish it or frog it. We'll see. And now I have another one of those fancy lace shawls. And this is also made with a fleece artist, Blue-Faced Leicester. I mean, this is a lovely color. I think this is just gorgeous. Look at that. Sorry for shoving yarn up your face. But this is a Swallowtail by Evelyn Clark. And this also has little leaves, and it has naps as well. Look at this, wow. I can't show it properly because I stopped in the middle of a row. And the reason for doing this is that I made a mistake and I couldn't figure out what the mistake was. And that's why this has been lying for like 15 years. And I mean, lace shawls are, I don't feel like they're the thing anymore. I don't know how I would wear them. At the same time, it's an interesting challenge that I think I would be much more up for now when I have so much more experience. So I'm thinking I might pick this back up. We will see. I do have another one, and I think I might have showed you in the first episode. And this is a Haruni by Emily Ross. And it has little beads here that I couldn't find any more of, and I think that's why I stopped. But I have picked it back up, and I decided to make it without the beads, and it's not gonna make a big difference. And this is the Malabrigo lace. And if I did talk to you about this before, which I think I did, I probably also said that this is all that I've got, and I don't think it's going to be enough. So that's why I'm being hesitant about this. This is also a really nice color. I like those blues and greens. The next one is interesting. This is also the fleece artist Blue-Faced Leicester. And this is supposed to be a shawl. Maybe I should tell you that. It has a really weird shape, and I don't really know where this is going. And the combination of yarns is also very interesting. But it is the same quality, so I guess that's why I chose to do that. This comes from a book called Knitting Outside the Box, and yeah, indeed. I mean, I'm not gonna wear this. I'm totally gonna rip this out. I mean, it's like a dragon's wing of some sort. Maybe it would have looked nice if I hadn't chosen such weird colors. Don't know. One UFO that I'm definitely going to finish is the No Frills cardigan that you've already seen. Like I think this is the third time. And I did ask for your advice and I got some really great ideas that I'm going to try. So hopefully I will finish this by the end of January so I can give it to my daughter. This is made in 1/1 rib. So, because it's just the arms left. So not much more to say about that, other than it's knit in Drops Fable. The next one is a bit of a nightmare. I mean, I love this pattern. This is, it's called vardag, and means like every day, or so in Swedish. And it is knit in Järbo svensk ull, which is a lovely yarn. And Kajsa Vuorela is the designer. This has a split hem. And this is knit in brioche. Maybe you can see that if I show it up close. And brioche and I were not really friends. I mean, I love the design. It's really pretty. I started making sleeves on this one. And I can knit brioche when I'm just knitting it straight. That's fine. But then I can knit brioche in the round too, to be fair. But then you have to make decreases for the sleeve. And those decreases were super ugly, I promise you. They looked horrible. So I just I didn't make much, like this much maybe. So I ripped that out. And I think that's like 1.5 years ago. Because I'm not excited to start doing this again. Because I just feel like I'm gonna fail. At the same time, I really want this sweater. It's gonna be super cozy and the color is mwah. Yeah. The next one is also a Christmas mitten from Järbo. This is also a free pattern. I think this is the 2022 Christmas mitten, and I will show it to you. So the 2021 was super small. So now I was like, and it was mostly like height-wise, so, but still I was thinking I'm gonna knit this loosely so that it fits, because I mean, I think it only has one size, and it's like a medium woman size, and my hands are not a medium woman, they're large. So I knit it quite loosely, which you can see here because it's all blah. But that doesn't matter because it's going to block out. It just feels like it's a little bit too big. But maybe, I mean, it's not a lot of knitting for a pair of mittens, and this yarn is thick. It's like a worsted Aran maybe weight yarn. So, well, I should say worsted. But, I mean, it is very Christmassy. I love the colors. And then I actually have another pair of socks, and I might have showed it to you in the first episode. And these are the Boyland by Caitlin Hunter, and they're from 52 Weeks of Socks. And they are knit in this wine-colored yarn. I'm not sure what that is. The beige one is Drops Fable. The purple is Sandnes Sisu. And I knit the first sock. I think I actually even finished it. But the pattern has you make a short row heel. And that was way too small for me. I can't wear short row heels. They're not deep enough. So I decided to rip it out and redo the heel. I don't know why it's this much ripped, because the heel doesn't start there, but yeah. So yeah, this is a heel flap and gusset, the way I need it to be. So I mean, I'm totally gonna finish them, just not right now. And the next one I did show you, it is the Fastas Kofta, and one of you asked me to put a picture of this. So I will do that now. I'm sorry I forgot all about that. Yes. And this is Libsticka finsk lantras, 100% wool yarn. It's a Finnish sheep breed that is called finsk lantras. And this one is Klippan. Why did I forget this? It's 2 strands of wool yarn. It's like 300 meters per 100 grams. Like your standard two ply. 2 ply is the word. It's a 2 ply wool yarn. And I didn't make a mistake. I made it too big, so I had to rip it out and redo it. And I mean, I haven't come much further on this, so that's why this is a UFO. I really want to finish this because the finished cardigan is really cute. The next one is a summer project. This is Sari Nordlund's Sarah, and it is a tank top with buttons and like it's like a little bit wider strap, so it can hide your bra straps. And it's a very simple pattern, and it is a lot of stitches. So it takes you a while to make a row, and it gets really boring. And then summer was over and I didn't feel like knitting this anymore. But I will take it back up when spring comes back. And this is knit in a 100% cotton yarn. This yarn cannot be bought anymore, so. And the last one, I think this is the last one. I think I have talked about everything I have around me now. Yes, the last one is Gudrun Johnston's Vair from her lovely book, The Shetland Trader number 3. And this is going to have like wide sleeves with a tight cuff, which looks so nice. And I think you can choose if you want a turtleneck or just a crew neck. And the reason I stopped doing this is that after this pattern has been made, she wanted you to do like 1 or 2 rounds even in stockinette, and then you were supposed to be under your bust. And I mean, I don't want my belly button showing, so this is too short for me. So I have knit more stockinette. But then I also feel bummed that my sweater is not going to look like it does in the pattern because I have to make this whole big thing. This whole big stockinette thing. So yeah, that's why I stopped knitting on this. And I have now rated all of these on how much I want to knit them and how much I want to have them. And I got a score, and based on that score, I have my Make 9 for 2024, my UFO Make 9. And then I also have my UFO Unmake 9 for 2024, where I'm going to frog all the patterns that are in that category. And these are probably the only Make 9s I'm going to have this coming year. So, my Make 9 is going to be the Gerrebacka, because I really want to put more socks in my box of socks. The second one is the Vervain. I mean, everything is a mess now, so I have to like look for things. So I have one sock, and I'm gonna make the other. I want to wear fancy socks. And then the third one is the tan shorts, because little sister should have her shorts as well. Then I will also finish her cardigan, the no frills cardigan in 1/1 rib. I don't need to show it again. You remember, you've seen it so many times. So I really want to finish this because she really wants it as well. And then Fastos kofta that I just showed you. I mean, this is just eating me that I haven't finished this. I did start a lot of cardigans, this year. I just didn't finish them. I also want to finish these so I can publish the pattern on Ravelry. That would be fun. And the boiland that I just showed you, because I mean I have started on both socks, so I should definitely finish those. And they're also kind of toned down. They're not so crazy. I need socks like that. All my socks are crazy. And I mean, I am dreading this, but I want to finish my Vardog. I mean, I badly want to wear this sweater. It's gonna be so nice. And then the last one is also a sock. And I don't know, yeah, it's over here. It's a Lotte from 52 Weeks of Socks. And this is super boring to knit, but I mean, if I'm watching TV while I'm doing it, it should be okay. And then my Unmake 9 is going to be this purple sock. I don't even know where the rest of the yarn is, so I might as well just rip it out. This green mitten, I'm probably just gonna recycle, because I mean, what am I gonna do with this much crazy green yarn, or this little? Then this one I already started ripping out, so I'm just gonna continue and finish the job. And same with this one. This was a whole sweater, so I'll definitely finish that. The frogging, I mean. And this also made it to the Unmake 9 because I can't finish it. And here is another project that I started ripping out, and I will finish doing that. And this is a really nice yarn that I can use for other things. I also decided to frog this because this is a super nice yarn that I totally want to repurpose. Maybe I can make another wrap cardigan with this. That would be really nice. And the last one, I think this is number 9. No, this is number 8. Is this one, because this is just unwearable. I mean, you can hardly see it now, but I did show it to you before. And yeah, the last one is the crazy dragon shawl. And this is also really nice yarn that I can use for other things. And now there's almost no light left, so I'm going to leave you there and hope I see you in the next one, and have a nice evening. Bye.